Hey guys, it is Sunday and thus it is time for the Nightmare Corridor and Cursed Realm formation run through. Last week there were no videos because of the Abyssal Expedition and the amount of time I had to throw into that thing. But this week I return, and I return with some pretty free to play friendly teams. So let's just start out in the Nightmare Corridor. Now for this week of the Nightmare Corridor, the debuff actually makes some pretty interesting things possible. So for the first team here, I am now using Leica. You can also use Thane variants. I'll show you guys some different variants once I've run through my own teams. Also, for the first time ever on my account, I was able to get a +2 collection without having to use a card. It's not a super good one. I carded this attack, but this allows me to use Leica in round 1, which is huge, which you'll see later on. But yeah, as for the collections, you pretty much want to stack full attack everywhere. A strong collection on Damia, +2 here, and +2 here ideally, and just full attack and hope that your Leica is strong enough. Another thing is my ranger tree is pretty beefed up. But yeah, that's the first formation. For the second formation, I am using Belinda here. Most people should have Belinda built, and she's actually a pretty fast team. However, it is fairly collection gated. Again, you probably need a +2 collection, a Ruin +2 collection somewhere into the in the team. Other than that, you just stack full attack everywhere that you can. And Belinda obviously just wants a generic strong attack collection. And obviously the Panda. Next team, this is the Randall team. Now Randall is a really good hero. Yeah, I won't say more than that. He's a really strong hero and I have a lot of faith in him in different boss formations. My Randall is not built out to the point that he should be. If I am slipping out of the ranks in the Nightmare Corridor, I will be popping cards to take him to Night Furniture. And next week I'll also have the select chests to do his engraving as well. This hero does a lot of damage if he can be in theory, the secondary carry. But in practice he actually ends up being the main carry. As for the collections, I'm stacking Insight on Naruko. A +1 effect here, +1 effect here, just some full attack here, and then on Randall I just threw on whatever strong attack collection. I actually haven't min-maxed this team that much because I believe I will be min-maxing this team if I have to tomorrow before reset. Alright, this team, next up, here we have the debuff, and I believe it's the triple Mauler debuff. So we're running 3 Maulers, and obviously Vika is the carry for the collections. We run full attack where we can, right? A +2 effect on this guy, and then just some generic full attack collections. And then for Vika, you just want a generic strong attack collection of this type. Again, so far it's been fairly free to play friendly. I say that, but there's been some woke heroes, but no newer woke heroes. And here's the probably the friendliest of all. It does have the new celestial hero Aurora. Aurelia, I believe. Who I think you should summon. She's really strong, like probably a top 4 or top 5 Celestial in the game. And I also took her to the +40, but we'll get to that once we head over to the Cursed Realm. For the collections, strong attack on her, +1 effect on him, and then just, I haven't even min-maxed these two. I probably should, but just some Rowan collections on them. And for Aurora, she wants to stack Erosion with her kit, usually. Or just strong attack collections. And then last but not least, we have the Athalia team. Now I know this team is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass for me as well to get to work. You have to play around with collections, but I'll do my best to guide you guys through it. So Athalia wants to be the strongest hero. Thus, she wants a strong attack collection. And as you can see, my collection is not even a strong attack collection, but my tree is maxed out for the warriors, so that helps a bit. Then for Palmer, and for Liberta, I just threw on some full attack Rowan collections. For Gavis, I had to throw on an HP collection. Very important that Gavis has some extra HP, because otherwise Authors will outscale Gavis in the HP department and steal Liberta's link. So if I can just cook everything down, you need to have Authors be the lowest health. For me, remove collection, remove gear. Thus, Liberta links him in the fight. Secondly, you need Athalia to be the strongest heroes to move during Authors' ult. So, as we play through this battle, as you can see, once Liberta ults, she will link Authors, and once Authors ults, Athalia will move during his ult, right? And you have to watch the battle through, because Authors increases his HP during the battle, This is why I had to remove his collection, just to make sure he doesn't get more HP than anyone else. And that is also why I had to throw on an HP collection onto Gavis, because Orthos was outscaling Gavis in the HP department, and thus Gavis was stealing the Liberta link. So yeah, that's it. TLDR, Orthos lowest health, Athalia strongest hero. And away you go. And you have to play around with the collections of the other teams. Right, that's enough. Before we head over to the browser, I do want to shout out where I got this team, because I just looked at my screenshot and it doesn't actually have his name on it. And I think I definitely want to shout him out. So I want to shout out Makami, sorry, this guy. This is basically, I just took his formation and I'll show you guys now. So if we head over to the browser for the Nightmare Corridor, here you see MacMe. I'll obviously link this in the description. This is his setup, and thus this is also my setup, because I one for one copied his entire setup and I just had to fix my collections to make it work. I was able to get a better time up here, but then he had me beat in some other places. But yeah, especially the Randall one, because he has the trial Randall, which is a super build out, but I propped my trial last week. Other than that, for generic Nightmare Corridor guides, we should head over to the Chinese guide, which I'll also link in the description. And obviously, the comps that Makami and I used differ very much from the Nightmare Corridor or the Chinese Nightmare Corridor guide. This is more catered toward best in slot formation players, but as you can see here, here are the formations for this week, and you can use this if this helps you out. For me, obviously, it's not really achievable. As you can see, double highborn, and already I'm out for that reason. But usually you can Merc Thane and get around it. But yeah, I wasn't really able to do it this time around. All right, next up, let us head into the RNG hell that is Cursed Realm this round. Well, I forgot to change my scene, so I recorded my entire Cursed Realm run through without realizing that I wasn't recording my game. So let's just try this again and I'll speedrun it for you. So for the first team, here we're using Aurelia, the new Celestial, as the main carry. I took her to a plus 40 SI that increases her damage by a lot and helped this team get from around 22 billion to around 27, 28 billion. For the collections, strong attack on her, or ideally erosion if you have a good erosion piece. For Catherine, you want insight and +1 effect. For Mortis, you want the full attack, and the same for twins. And then for Shuna, you want some insight. And for Mortis, you want to make sure his gear looks something like this. Next team, this is my worst team. Yeah, could definitely do some more, especially with a higher tank tree, but I couldn't be bothered tree resetting. Probably should. Anyways, Queen wants insight and +1 effect. Lucius wants ideally +2 effect, but mainly he just wants a lot of defense. As for Rosaline, she wants preference, PRF, I'm not sure what it stands for. Other than that, if you don't have a pref collection, you can just throw on some full attack and it'll be fine. Lucilla wants the +2 Rowan collection, and then for Jerome, you want full defense or full attack. Ideally both, but yeah, this is just what I ended up having. For this team, the Belinda team, you want to remove some gear from Naruko to make sure she has the lowest health. For Naruko, she wants insight. Gavis just wants the +2 effect, or I just threw on a +2 effect on him. Liberta, Magic Pierce, full attack, all that good stuff. For Lavatune, insight is actually pretty good. And then for Belinda, obviously, you just want a strong attack collection. Next up, here we have the Gwyneth team. Yeah, I had to merc a Gwyneth for this week. I'm not too happy about it myself. Full attack here, obviously, HP on Chimera. For Gwen, yeah, whatever, whoever you are merking it from has on her, that's probably what you want to use. And then +1 effect on Tamras and +2 effect on Damia. Next team, this is the Seal team. If you have enough +2 collections, ideally Olna also wants a +2 collection, but yeah. For Rem, just +2 on this, ideally +2 on this. Insight for Emilia and also insight for Hildwyn, and then preference for Nyla, whatever she's called. And last but not least, this is the Awakened Yoran team. So for Awakened Yoran, you can actually use either collection. You can also use the other type collection. Now I don't have a strong collection of the other type, but if you have the other collection, the other Ranger collection with the insight, That's probably better for this round, but I don't have that. Here, obviously, you want insight on Atheist, +2 on Ribaru, +2 on Palmer, or ideally +2 on both Palmer and Soulless. But yeah, just +2 effects if you have enough of those to stack in here. Right, so those are my teams. Now let's head over to the browser and hopefully we remember to switch the scenes. So for the browser here, let me actually start out over here. So this is the Manuel Alcayaga. Again, I'm just gonna butcher that name permanently. I don't know how to say it. From my guild, he makes these. He makes these Cursed Realm and also Nightmare Corridor rundowns. And the main thing that I use this for is actually the MVP section. So here, he usually slots in whoever he believes did the best. Usually they are free-to-play players or low spenders. And the reason I'm not using this formation is because it is using both Dragon Gwyneth and Awakened Antandra, of who I don't have either, so I have to merc one of them. So I just scoured through the leaderboard and I ended up finding, we go back to the game, in region 29, I looked at Vietrix's formation and he did not use Awakened Antandra in the first round, so I ended up using his formations because then I only had to merc Dragon Gwyneth for the week. Right, back to the browser real quick. Again, you can look at this the spreadsheet. Obviously, I'll also link it in the description. Lots of team variants in here. Also, you know, possibilities if you don't have Awakened Yorin for the last round. You can use like a variant up here. Yeah, you can scour through this, and then also I'll link the Chinese guide below. Again, it is more catered towards whales, as you can see here. They do have some variations, right? But again, they are pretty whale catered. All right. This is a little scuffed because I can't remember what I said and what I didn't say because I recorded my Cursed Realm run through without showing my game. But I've showed my teams and I've showed some guides that you can use to make some teams. And that's probably going to be it for me. I wish you guys luck in the Abyssal Expedition if you participate. It's pretty fun, even though I don't have Dragon Gwyneth. I'm trying to cook up some comps. And hopefully I can contest my guild leaderboard even without Dragon Gwyneth. At least that's my naive hope, but we'll wait and have to see. And I'll see you guys next Sunday.